mean, I can get my ducats now.
Rolling.
Right. Welcome to We Shoulda. Shaun Manning, Jason Jamerson.
Welcome to We Shoulda. Shaun Manning, Jason Jamerson.
Welcome to We Shoulda. Jason Jamerson, Shaun Manning.
Welcome to We Shoulda. Shaun Manning, Jason Jamerson.
Welcome to We Shoulda. Shaun Manning, Jason Jamerson.
Welcome to We Shoulda. Shaun Manning, Jason Jamerson.
Is that your Jokic voice?
That's my Jokic voice.
That's a Jokic
voice. That Jokic voice.
Jokic voice.
Yeah.
Listen, just real quick. Okay, listen. Just because a man gets bounced out of the playoffs does not give anybody the right to bring up these GOAT conversations again.
That's the last reason why you will bring up a GOAT conversation.
Right. Like, why do I have to keep hearing this again? Listen, he's not better than Kobe. LeBron is not. LeBron is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. That is cemented. His durability is unquestioned. Mm-hmm. But to have one good eye and have watched at least 30 years of basketball, there is no question as far as who is better. We want to argue durability. If we're not putting durability in the GOAT conversation, that's different. You could throw that out there in regards to Tom Brady. Tom Brady also has more rings than everybody. Tom Brady has the numbers. Tom Brady has the rings. Tom Brady has the respect. Mm-hmm. He was feared. Mm-hmm. Being afraid of a
nobody's scared of LeBron.
Kaiju.
Nobody's scared of LeBron.
Being afraid of a kaiju is not the same as being afraid of a Black Widow. Did you hear that? A kaiju is colossal. It's but the Black Widow, nobody wants to get bit by a Black Widow. Very small thing, but people are afraid. Automatically, you're going to be worrisome. Like, you're going to be bothered by something gigantic. But you got to plan for the Black Widow. You got to plan for the Mamba.
No, you can't plan for a Black Widow.
You can. You
don't know where it's at.
That's why you move where they are not.
You can plan for a kaiju.
You can't plan for no kaiju.
You can, because it's so big. All right, it's on its way. What we gonna do? Now you can plan to run away from it. I didn't say you can plan to kill it. You can plan to run away from it. But there's a plan nonetheless. Who knows? Like in Texas, snakes crawling up your toilet. You sitting there,
you got to put some type of sifting mechanism or something.
You can't plan,
but he's
for a Black Mamba.
Not better.
No, he's not better. I tell you, this is what I tell people all the time.
Better. But the only reason why we're talking about this is because I have to every year again when this man gets bounced out and gets. He had Anthony Davis was averaging 28, 29, 12 rebounds. He had Austin Reeves, was averaging 17, 18, something like that. They lost. Now, it's very early in this Minnesota-Denver situation. It's very early. But what they've done to Denver, the Lakers could not do to Denver with arguably better talent in Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of they give him excuses. He's been on some of the greatest basketball teams that could have been assembled and lost. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you can't tell me he's better than somebody that I watched and that I know. There was a time when people with good eyes said Kobe was better than Mike. And quiet as it's kept, I think he was. And the reason why I think he was, since Kobe had a deeper bag. Yes, Mike came first. Mike won more. So you want to go in that case, give it to Mike, fine. But from a talent standpoint, and then you look at who they went up against. J.J. Redick said that Michael Jordan was going up against mailman or postman. I don't know what the proper term is. And
I don't like that.
But who we got? We'll say Clyde. We'll say Stockton. We'll say Hornacek. We'll say Barkley. We'll say Jerome Kersey. We'll say Shawn Kemp, Gary Payton. Minus Shawn Kemp. and Clyde, no one, and maybe Jerome Kersey, no one's going to look at these people and think freaks of nature. Who did the being go against? Get him out. Get your fingers out. Get him out. Dirk Nowitzki. Put one up. Dirk Nowitzki. Put it up. Jason Kidd. Put it up. Carmelo. LeBron. A young, thriving Kevin Durant. Put it up. T-Mac. Steve Nash. Michael Finley was there. Josh Howard was there. What was that guy's name? The guy that the supposed I'll never put the Kobe stopper there, really. Rasheed Wallace, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and a list of others. And I'll just save one for last because that's your guy, Vince Carter.
Man, we ain't have to go there, man.
But I know what I'm saying is that the level of competition that he faced was at an all-time high. Some of the greatest basketball players ever were in that era. They were in that era, and not.
They wouldn't be there without Jordan.
Who wouldn't be there? Dirk Nowitzki.
The game wouldn't have been as popular without Jordan for them to even want to follow that to get there.
No,
but if we're going from a skill standpoint,
I'm getting that. But I'm saying in his era, the skill was unmatched. Even now, so the era they're playing in now, it doesn't. I think they're more athletic, but their skills have diminished in this era. Hence why.
Absolutely.
Hence why.
Absolutely, they are one-trick ponies in this era.
Hence why, as great as he is. Anthony Edwards can kind of do what he wants to on both ends of the court because these other guys, as you said, they're just one-trick ponies. But I cut you off. He's not.
No, and going back to the original point because I'm not here to argue Jordan versus Kobe because that to me that's 1A 1B.
Sure.
But I for sure am going to say that LeBron. This is what I tell people all the time with LeBron. LeBron is bigger. He is more physically gifted. He's more genetically gifted. But skill wise, he may have not more better. That's double negative. He may have better basketball IQ than Jordan.
But did he?
But not more basketball IQ than Kobe.
Jordan knew to win.
No, George just played better than everybody. That's what it was.
So to me, who's got the better IQ?
So this is what I say. Like they say, like he has the better basketball IQ to a fault. To where like how they putting all these extra advanced analytics in there.
Like in the conversations him and JJ Redick have had.
Yeah, it's like
they draw up plays and moves.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
If you're going by that, LeBron is making the right play on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But in the words of the great philosopher Ricky Bobby, there's thinkers and there's doers. And LeBron is a thinker. He's like, all right, well, if I do this play right here, pass it to him, he'll be open, he'll make the shot. But then there's like, I'm bigger than everybody. Let me take the ball to the rack. Either three people are going to have to come in to stop me, and it's going to be a foul. Or instead of trying to draw the foul, run over the guy and dunk on him. This is what I was going to say. This is the last point I was going to make. And this is why I say they're more skilled than LeBron. If you give LeBron Jordan's body, LeBron is not as good at all. You give Jordan LeBron's body, there is not a question in the world. Like there's not a single debate. Same skill set, but LeBron's body, there would never be a debate on who's the best player ever to play the game.
Or if you gave Kobe.
If you gave Kobe,
because they both made that they maximized.
There would be no argument at that point. If Kobe would, for sure, nobody would be able to argue Kobe versus Michael Jordan at that point because Kobe, with the mentality that he had and the skill set that he had, and LeBron's body, there's no way. LeBron wouldn't even be in the conversation if he had their body because he didn't have the mentality. He would have folded after he lost to Orlando.
And the issue is that he should have 7, 8, 9 championships just based off of his ability, especially early on, to just get to the cup. But he would defer and pass, which that means the same thing. But he would always defer.
We just double negative.
But he could, even in video, like nobody could get to the cup as easy as he could. He was a freight train on the loose, and he would kick it out for a guy to miss a shot. And as the great Kobe Bean Bryant said, I watched you in practice. You came in after I did, you left before I did, and you didn't work as hard as I did. Why would I pass you the ball? Meanwhile, LeBron come in whenever he come in. He might be the first in, last to leave, however it works. But he's not watching.
Like, here, Larry Hughes, take the last shot.
Right. No. He a freaky ass nigga. He's 69, guys. You can't trust him, man. He can't trust him. He can't be trusted.
He called him freaky.
He can't be trusted. But now, on to more important matters. Timberwolves are up too.
Yeah, they are.
But it's early.
You called it.
But it's early. I did. I said he needed
40. He needs at the moment. I believe he averaging exactly 40.
He might be averaging 40 or like 38 or 39.
Because what he scored with the
43.
The game that
what game?
The game that they played in Denver, the first game.
The game that I was at.
Oh, the game you were at.
Yes,
you
sir.
were there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you about that.
What was that? 42 or 43 did he score that point? 43.
Let me tell you about it. First of all, let me tell you about Denver. They say it's the Mile High City. Mm-hmm. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. They say it's a mile, 5,280 feet. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm. That's what they say. That's what I heard.
I went to Red Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I ran the stairs.
Okay.
2 or 3 times. Lungs felt the same. I've been in that chamber practicing with Goku. I've been in the hyperbaric chamber. I've done the gravity test. I ran the stairs. And I didn't even admit, I was just gassing myself and telling the truth. But now that I think about it, who do you know who's younger than me? He's younger than me. Mm-hmm. Complained about the elevation in Denver, Colorado. LeBron, freaky ass nigga, he is 69 God James. Him had the nerve to complain about the elevation, and he's inside. I'm running the stairs. That man's got all the access.
And he's a world.
Yeah, that man's got all the access. You just put them. He could be in that thing that T.O. had that one time on Cribs, and just get it all back. He could cycle the blood.
He's a professional.
Yeah, he could cycle the blood like Lance Armstrong did. Whatever it takes. All I'm saying is, I went to Red Rock and I ran the stairs.
He be having too many excuses too. I'm not trying to get back on LeBron.
And he threw a tantrum like a child, but that's not.
He had too many excuses. Like, dude, you lost. Okay, next year will be better.
No, you won't, because you keep picking the team. Stop picking the team.
At least he could at least say that instead. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just basketball. No, get off my TV screen. How do you defend that, LeBron?
If it was just basketball, you wouldn't be here for 21. You wouldn't be here for 21 years.
How do you defend that, LeBron?
If it was just basketball, you wouldn't be here for 21 years.
Right.
Imagine working a job, just a job. You've been here for 21 years. Quit. Go make another $1 billion. Enjoy yourself. And again, none of this negates the fact that he's still one of the all-time greatest basketball players.
We didn't come into this podcast making it a LeBron basketball.
Not at all. But I'm just tired of the internet disrespecting Kobe Bryant and not putting him where he belongs.
Saw something right before we started filming, and it just carried on.
I've had enough. But back to what matters. Denver, Colorado, 5,280 feet above sea level. Anthony Edwards goes in there and puts on a show. A spectacle. It's like he knew I was there. It's like he said, there's somebody in here who's 6 feet, 237 now.
Hey, now.
Of chocolate whoop ass. He's strong, deadlifts, squats, lunges. Okay. He's somewhere. I've got to put a show on.
So that show's for you.
I don't know who else. I called it. He might be a fan of the show. He might be one of the 16 viewers. He might be one of the 16. You never know. He hitting back shoulder fadeaways. The other, whatever that side of the front shoulder fadeaways, whatever it's called. He's hitting fadeaways left and right. He's playing defense. He's stealing the ball. He's making the smart pass. In the third quarter, barely did anything. He could have dropped 50. But he did what he did. And then I told you, Cat has to show up. He had 20, 27. He did. And Rudy had to show up, which he did. Ironically, he didn't show up for the second game. That's going to be another conversation right after this. But they got it done as a team. Mm-hmm. Played great defense. In game 2, they played great defense. And that was what got them to the win. Combination of Cat and Naeem Reed and great defense. Anthony did what he needed to do, but wasn't nothing crazy, but it was their defense that got into the head of Denver. And people throwing ice packs on the thing.
Yeah, you got fined for that.
Right, but like a G joke is just none of that is there's no excuse. We just got to play better. But they got frustrated, and I did not know this because it's the season. I don't really pay that too much attention to all those stats. But they were the number one defense.
Timberwolves?
Yeah, and so it just makes sense now. What we're seeing is just because even with me having the league pass, I get home, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah,
I got to get up early. I'm not watching, the
not the West Coast game,
the 11 o'clock game. But so yeah, Minnesota great defensively. It was. I got to go back to Denver, spend more time. Maybe actually like hike as opposed to hiking up to Red Rock and then running the stairs, but actually get up in those mountains. I did see some of the snow capped, so I think that might have been the Rockies. Is what I saw. But now.
So, do you think that going back to game one, the game you were at, the game that you saw in person, did it look like
pretty solid seat too? I was there, but go sorry.
Did it look like because I know you say you didn't watch all the games during the season. I didn't watch barely any.
Right,
of the games
I did watch a lot of his, but I wasn't paying attention to deep, so I watched a lot of highlights. But go ahead.
So did you pay attention to a lot of Denver games during the season?
Here and there.
So did Denver look more like they were, because I didn't watch all season.
Right.
Did they look more like the team that was playing during the season that was, giving people fits or whatever and playing good? Or did they just feel like they were playing like, all right, we can got past LeBron, we're about to coast this game?
No, that was them. I think, to your point about LeBron and the Lakers, that is a heavy task no matter what. It's LeBron, it's Anthony Davis. So maybe they were fatigued a bit from that series. I don't see why not, because Minnesota swept Phoenix, so they had a little bit more time to recover. But they were there to play. They were just out. In my opinion, as I had said it here last week, Minnesota's the better team. But you always have to respect the champion. You always have to respect Joker. But then also watching it in person, like he gets away with a lot of offensive fouls. So, I don't know how the NBA, what's consistent, what's not, like which ones do you call? Like how the call where Anthony Edwards looks at Reggie Jackson, flagrant, technical. Jamal Murray kicks his foot out a little bit, and Cat goes to block his three and ends up getting called for the foul. Cat does, and while he's on the ground, Jamal Murray shoots him with the gun, and there's no tech call. And I don't think Jamal Murray deserved the tech. But how do you tee one up and you don't tee the? It was a tech 9. Okay, all right. Well, it was 6 techs, but so how do you call one and then not call the other one? So that, like, it does seem like there was some home cooking in Denver. But then Denver, I imagine, would then say to everybody else in the world that game 2 that there was no home cooking. But even then, he should have been tossed for a couple of things. Him saying that the refs were being, saying they on the take. What are you, just because you get locked up, are you that frustrated? You're a champion. Man, act like a champion.
That's because they know they can get away with stuff because them Jokic brothers in the crowd.
Right. So
the refs ain't about to,
But yeah, they're just a better team. And they have enough, because of how the league has changed and because of the Steph Curry and the James Harden effect and the Dame Lillard effect that everybody's shooting from the hash, it doesn't seem like a lot of teams have a lot of bigs. Minnesota does. So not only do they have length in guards and in small forwards, but they have the size and the width at the power forward and the center position. So
they slow the game down.
Exactly. Right. Because even when you slow it down, you got somebody who can bag somebody down for 5, 10, 12, 15 seconds, back shoulder, turn around, fade away, and there's nothing anybody can really do. And then there's still Cat there. And obviously, Rudy isn't the most offensively talented center, but he has height, he has length. And all of those things, will get in the way of a Jokic. And, Even he still had 27, which to me was the wildest 27 I've seen because I thought he only had 15 points. And I looked up and I said,
"Who messed up the screen?"
I said 27. I looked at the guy next to me. He's like, when did he get 27? He's like, I don't know. Because I'm looking around at everybody in the stands. I'm like, when did he get 27? But he had only made like 6 shots. So it was
been a lot of
I wouldn't count. I wouldn't count. But I mean, he was giving them the body, and like he's the guy that would just throw up. I don't want to call it crap because I imagine it's something that he's practiced. But he just throws up crap, but it goes in. Again, not taking away from his greatness because he is, but just watching it in person. And maybe it's because he's going against Minnesota and they have all those people his size to throw at him. Mm-hmm. So maybe that could be what it is. Because I've never seen him have to back people. Like I'm saying, he body to body.
I'm a bang.
Yeah, usually somebody else just kind of moves back. But no, they look like they just got punched in the mouth. But Minnesota has to take game 3. But that's the beauty in Anthony Edwards' mentality. Hey, we're trying to win every game. Mm-hmm. We need to win every game. And so without Rudy Gobert, they were beating them by like 25, 30.
Beat them worse.
Yeah. So hopefully, foot on the neck, foot on the neck, foot on the neck, foot on the neck.
That seems to be the only exciting series to me.
No, because he's the only person who, I mean, obviously, Jokic comes to work, but like, does he really care? You know what I mean? Like he's already got a championship. I'm already concreted in my country. I'm already concreted in my country.
They already made my statue.
Right. So it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I don't think he really cares like that. Like he's always going to come to work. Like he just looks like a hard worker. Like if he was in a mine somewhere, like he just looks like a hard worker. Right. Just a hard worker. But I think the team has adopted Anthony Edwards' mentality. Not saying they didn't want to win, but his youth, his drive, like I want to beat everybody.
You can't. That's what happens when you got somebody who's just like, I'm here. You either gonna drag him down and he's gonna want to leave, or you got to meet him at his level.
And I haven't seen nobody like that since Kobe. I'm not comparing them. All I'm saying is,
so, I mean, it's kind of hard to not.
Well, I'm just saying that's
comparable to his dad.
Right, that's his mentality. That's his mentality.
Until
like I've never heard
he carved his own way. He's
I've never heard Steph be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill him." I've never heard LeBron, "I'm gonna kill him." I've never heard KD, "I'm gonna kill him." Like I haven't heard that. That's what he said. Last person before that, Kobe. Before that was Mike. In just regards to the mentality. But so.
That seems like the only exciting series to me because I don't care about the Knicks one.
Dallas got whooped on yesterday by Shy. I didn't know he was a flopper. I clearly haven't paid attention to Oklahoma City at all. I didn't know SGA was a flopper. But yes, the Knicks either. But it is Boston, the guard. It is the guard. Boston beat the brakes off of Cleveland, like the brakes off of Cleveland.
Like I said, I told you it's going to be, I said Boston, Denver.
And that is the only competitive at the moment. And even that's not competitive because they're up 2-0. And then they beat them by 30.
But it seems like it's the only one that has the opportunity that, like, logically can get turned around and be turned to a series because it's like they are the champions.
Hopefully
they were the number 2 seed. And, like if they get it together, that series can turn into like a competitive series. These other ones is like, this is about to just go downhill.
And I think Anthony Edwards, this is my last thing about him because I haven't heard him say this. I think he took not starting for the Olympics personal, and I think he took people saying that Jokic and Luka were taking over the league. I feel like he took that personal. Euro is not about to come over here and take this league over. I got something for all of y'all.
Could be.
I got you. Be. And if SGA and them put Dallas out, and if Minnesota continues what they're doing and gets Jokic out of here in Denver, it's back. It's back to
his daddy called him up like, "Hey, boy, don't you let these foreigners. You see what I did to Tony Kukoc in the Olympics? Don't you let these foreigners come over.
You see what Kobe did to Powell?
Don't ran through his chest. Come over here and take over our game." You make your daddy proud. Click.
It's your legacy, boy. Who was that? I think it was Michael Jordan. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. But speaking of,
let that boy get an earring. That little hoop earring. Well,
actually, I think he does have 2 hoop earrings. But I think he really does have 2 hoop earrings.
That's his daddy, bro.
But speaking of,
once I saw that armband, I said, "Oh, that's his daddy for real."
Yeah. But speaking of Europe, I was about to say, speaking of Euro trash, but I'm not. It's just gonna come out that way. I didn't mean it like that. Rudy Gobert, first child.
Mm-hmm.
You remember your birth of your first child? I remember. Right, our only child
that I know.
Okay. I remember the first.
2008 was a wild year, boy. They talking about Drake. Your boy may have an 11-year-old out here.
Okay. All right. So you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Right, and then I was there. So for me, because I've been reading the debate, some people are acting like people are outlandish and how dare you even consider the thought of him not being there for the birth of his first child. My issue is that this isn't about you, even though it is. Even though it is about you, your excuse. Mm-hmm. Even though it is about you, this isn't about you. You shot the club up the wrong time 9 months ago. You should have did it in January. That way, in September, right before the season started, we're good to go. You've got to plan these things out. If we're playing for a championship and you think we've got it together, you got to be careful.
Well, maybe he didn't think they would be in championship contention.
Well, then get him out of here. Then he can't be on the team. But
maybe he was like.
But I've been in the forum. I was in the forums going back and forth because. But let me. So I want to get to the actual point. You've got 11 guys that are depending on you. Mm-hmm. They're depending on you. Their championship aspirations. Now, granted, everybody's like, "Oh well, they blew them out. So what does it matter?" It's the mentality. Mm-hmm. Be there when we need you. Now, ain't no hanging out in the hospital. So if you got to see this baby be delivered, then she better be delivered in the stadium hospital room, and then you just run in the back. What is he, French? Oh, Sacre Bleu, oh, baby. And then he gets the hell out of there and gets back on the court. Because we have a job to do. Now, if he works at Walmart or something regular, by all means, you should be there for the birth. But there are people depending on you. Yeah, because you only get 1 year. A lot of people don't make it back.
So 2 things. One, I don't know, is his wife or his girlfriend?
I think it's his wife. I think.
Okay.
You do that in January or December.
Who's thinking that? So let me ask you this, because I know my child was playing. Was Ethan playing?
Yeah.
Like playing.
Not playing to the day, but I knew when the rubber came off. I'm saying like it was like it's one of those
I guess.
Well, no, it was a conversation of we're not going to there'll be no protection moving forward. Mm-hmm. So in any moment, that's what it's a 50-50 chance. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
but there wasn't 11 guys in the franchise depending on me at the same time.
Here's I would agree if it was game 6 or 7.
Yeah, every game matters.
Every game does matter.
Every game
does matter. Now, the other thing is, like, this baby, the fact that
it's his first, too.
It's his first one. Like, I understand, because at the end of the day, when basketball is gone, that's what will happen at the end of the day afterwards anyways. I could have been playing in that.
But a champion lives with 4-time defensive player of the year and a champion, that puts him above Dikembe.
It does. But listen, he could have been first.
Wait a minute. Wait, pause. No, you pause.
You pause. I was in the middle of something.
Let's not forget what he did. He shut the league down for 6 months. Okay? He doesn't get any leeway.
You know what it was?
He was over there.
It was his fault.
He shut the league down for 6 months. And then has a nerve to try to want to miss a game. You don't miss a game.
I had a point.
Yeah, that's why I had to get it out before. That's why I had to get it. It was him. He did it.
He does.
He almost killed Donovan Mitchell. He did it.
His redemption arc is still going on
that
right now.
That Utah Jazz team is no longer together because of him. Him and Donovan Mitchell's relationship were never the same after he gave that man COVID. Now, granted, Donovan was fine. Well, who knows now? People dying left and right, our age and younger, from faint heart attacks. So who knows? Is it COVID? Is the vaccine? Whatever the case may be. He did it. So you've already had enough time off, Rudy. Okay? You've already had enough time off. Everybody had time off because of you. All jokes aside, Governor Whitmer didn't shut the state down until after he did that.
This is true.
So you can say that Rudy Gobert shut the entire world down.
Oh, he for sure.
Because people were still functioning, like they were wearing masks. Is it safe? Is it not safe? Once he coughed on the mics and Donovan Mitchell had it,
it was over with. And next thing you know, Idris Elba had it.
Basketball was
Hanks
off.
Had it.
They shut my business down. It's all on Rudy. So damn it, you be there for your team.
You know what you right? Because I had some shows coming up.
There you go.
Rudy some shows coming up, and Rudy Gobert is the reason why I was not. You know where I could be right now. There was a show coming up. I was supposed to open up for Lonnie Love.
But you opened up for.
Listen, it could have happened sooner. Though. She was in the midst of. She still had her talk show on Fox going on right there. I was supposed to.
You was about to cover for the guy. That's why I had to cut you off.
At a private show too, so it wasn't gonna be like that. It's like where hey, you Jason, FaceTime talking.
That's why I had to cut you off because you was about to cover for him. No, he ruined the world. He shut the world down.
He did shut the world down.
But
so I'm not gonna cover for him. But the principle of it,
I gotta be
the principle of it, because I was gonna say you never know, he could have did the jump ball and rolled his ankle and he would have been out that game and missed the birth of his child. So now he's screwed over.
Right,
but because anything happens. But
you know what doesn't happen every day though? Somebody coughing COVID on their hands and touching on the microphone.
This is true. But in principle though, outside of the Rudy Gobert, and if it was just like any other person, first child.
I agree. That's why I'm saying if that is your profession and you've got this young kid, we're rolling, then try to, because I know players, they plan it, like especially football, they plan it around the season. Now, I don't know if maybe basketball players are just dumb, or maybe because it's 82 games, right? Because they got too much guaranteed money. In the NFL,
too much guaranteed.
We'll have the baby later. I've got to be here. These game checks matter. Somebody got to pay for this hospital bill, right? So, in that regard, usually they do it around. Okay, if the season starts here, all right, we got so let's say it's halfway through the season. We try to make it happen now. That way, off season gets here, kid's good. I get to see the kid. We're good. There is no training camp, none of that. You got to plan around.
Oh, in May, 9 months ago was what?
I had a feeling you were going to ask me that. I had already pre-programmed in December and January, and knowing it was September and August. I don't know 9 months before May, September. I hope he doesn't put me on the spot. I hope he says it. That's why I just said, it's Happy New Year. 9 months later, September. Season starts in a month. Easy breezy.
So now we're in the 5th month right now. So 9 months ago will be December,
October,
September. September. So it was
right
when the season started.
You see what I'm saying? Calm down, guys. He's out of
control.
control.
My first double this season.
Yeah, he's a freaking ass. He's a 69 guy. Rudy got to calm down. Rudy, the 69 guy, got to calm down.
That's exactly what it was. He had the beginning of the season.
He got to calm down.
We shall make love for a while. And it was game over after that. But
so,
but he gets. Yeah, I can't give him a pass in good conscience now.
No,
but in principle,
for sure.
In principle, because we put them up here because they're making so much money. But USA, like if it's Walmart or a regular job, technically, those people are dependent on that person if they call off as well.
Yeah.
If they have to call off, I mean, it puts more work on somebody else.
Question.
In principle, it's the same thing. You're putting more work on the people who are there.
First 90 days. You going let's say you can't miss a day. First 90 days. And they're about to have a baby. Now, I know now, you end up getting a day anyway, no matter what. But if it's in that first 90,
they better understand.
Are you miss? So you would lose your job.
So let me tell you this. That's a rule they can be in. It's not like they're just automatic. If you let them know prior to, they're going to accommodate.
Exactly.
That's probably what happened. That's what he probably told them. Like, what, they just found out she was pregnant?
No, he should have said. He should have did that. You do it now. Do it now, or do it in the middle of the season. That way, when the season's over, guaranteed you still got a mother.
One of them random drunk nights. He just didn't put none on. It's just like, oopsie.
So
you never know.
Moving on from basketball, because we've been here forever. Gladly so. You have any football updates?
I do. Jason's football update. Rashee Rice apparently is a miscreant.
He's out of
here. He cannot stay out of trouble.
I try not to go black and white. Like I really try not, because I just want to build us and build us and build us, build everybody, but especially us, given because we're black. But bro, what the fuck are you doing? High speed chase. You could have died. You could have. I mean, you hurt somehow 7 people. You could have killed yourself. You could have killed however many other people. My mother lives in Dallas. I don't want to kill you, Rasheen Rice, but I will. It is what it is. I mean, it is, but because no, it is what it is. You being a fuckhead, driving at 120, whatever, however fast he was going. Like, what are you doing? Then somehow not in jail. Because you got money, right? Cooperated, got money, not in jail. Now supposedly you done rough somebody up in a nightclub. How hard is it
to just keep it together,
or just sit down and be rich?
And just because you won a Super Bowl your rookie year, okay.
Then he
won
another guy.
Then he won another one.
They won another one. He didn't win another one.
No, last year was his rookie year.
That was his first year on the team?
Yeah, he was a rookie.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he got to go.
Yeah, it's like,
give me the money back.
Where are the mentors in the NFL?
Keep the ring. Give me the money back. You're done.
Where are the mentors at?
It's because they're making too. Like, I used to want to do. So in addition to actor, assassin, video gamer, and I used to want to be like. So what The Rock did?
It's quite the.
I don't know how they all. This is what I wanted to do. I don't know
the diverse portfolio.
So before Ballers came out, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm just saying before, because I figure you make a lot of money, you see a lot of people, but just kind of advise young men, like, make a better decision. Give me the keys. Like, you're not about to race them down the street. You want to race? I'll call Bob, and then he'll open up the track for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can go as fast as you want to go. That way you crash. You're not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Like, but it's all legal. You know what I mean?
Right.
I worked at Google years and years ago, and we had this big conversation, and I said I don't think athletes should be allowed at the club because of the attention, right? Let's say you got a drug kingpin in there, right? Nobody really knows who he is. They just know money's being thrown. They just know bitches, bottles. You know what I'm saying? Decent energy. In walks an athlete. Now the room shifts. So now the drug dealer, instant animosity. Before he even knows it, now he's bothered. Because now, no matter the money, no matter the bottles, you're not bigger than he is.
Right.
We don't know who you are. We know you got money. We know you've been, buying everybody drinks. We know who he is. If he gives and not me, but I'm saying like as a young lady, if he gives me a baby, I'm good to go. You might not make it the rest of the week.
Right.
So the attention shifts, and now there's animosity. And you're a young athlete. Money coming out of everywhere. So clearly, you're going to throw some dollars.
That ego.
And then there's ego. So now you got street guys with an ego. Your guys are probably, a couple of them are street guys as well, just because that's just how it works. And now somebody getting roughed up. Now somebody getting shot. Because at the time, I think this was when Steven Jackson had gotten ran over in the parking lot in Indiana. And I said, this dude is 6'8", 6'9". And he's a...
If it was Kobe, he'd jump over the car.
Kobe would have jumped over the car, but Kobe wouldn't have been there because he understood.
This is true too.
Nothing good happens at a nightclub for an athlete. I mean, nothing good happened in Denver, Colorado for me. You know what I'm saying? but it's the energy shift and the attention, and these, like, you have to know that. I get it, wanting to be the man or feeling you are the man. I get it, but in that conversation I had, forever ago. I was like, no, you can't go to the club. You can go hang out where everybody else has the money you have.
Right.
And then in that case, nobody cares. Whether it's Wall Street.
Stay on Krypton.
Right. Whether it's Wall Street, Wall Street players, whether it's, fighter pilots, whether it's basketball players, everybody in the room is going to have the same amount of energy. Well, I've done my 4th heart surgery at Johns Hopkins. That's cool. What in the world? That's cool. But have you ever, flown up and seen the moon and just let the plane fall and take those G's? Oh, wow. Ooh. But have you ever hit a fadeaway back shoulder and got 70,000 on their feet? Ooh. Have you ever thrown a blade?
But have you ever caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl?
Hello. Ooh. You know what? You can have my underwear, and then in comes an astronaut. I can tell you how they faked the moon landing. You know what I mean? But put you in the same room with,
stay on Krypton. You know them Kryptonians.
Yeah.
When they on Krypton, everybody the same.
And that way
don't
you're
send
good.
them down to Earth. Don't let them go down to Earth where they Superman.
Yes.
And they got all these powers, and they know they got all these powers.
Without Pa Kent.
Without Pa.
Now, granted, if Pa Kent also was it's the reason for his own demise, but still.
Not the same.
But he kept that boy humble. Yeah. A little too humble, but he kept him humble. Mm-hmm. Where are Rasheem's? Where are your friends? So wait a minute.
I'm a rant.
So Rasheem making, I don't know how much he's making. We'll just say,
where is he from?
We'll just say 12 a month. It must be from Texas. It's got to be. He's got to be from Texas because he keeps getting in trouble in Texas. He's got to be from Dallas. But while you're looking that up, like, where is somebody to say, hey, man, we're not about to go racing up and down the freeway today. Today's not going to be the day. We're not going to do it. Let's rent a racetrack, have some fun. What we are not going to do.
And he went to Southern Methodist University. Went to a church school.
Well, probably because he was in trouble, and that was who was going to take it.
He's from Philadelphia.
Oh, wow. Well, that explains a lot. That explains everything, now that I think about it.
No, so he was born in Philadelphia. Went to high school in North Richland Hills, Texas.
There we go. So he's got them Texas ties. Mm-hmm. So it just doesn't make sense for any, and it hates to say, I hate to say it, but you rarely, you don't see that with hockey players. You don't see that with white or foreign baseball players. Maybe some gambling.
Well,
but not these.
That's slightly. I will say that's slightly different because hockey players, at least they're not held at the pedestal that, of course, to the hockey fans.
I'm about to say, in that world,
you don't. That's not the. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not held to the.
They ain't got to worry about the BBLs just waiting for them at the hotel.
That's not the culture that is indoctrinated into hockey or into baseball.
What's that? Who are you waiting on? John Morant? No, Sergei Fedorov. Hold up, Sergei?
Yeah.
He left hours ago.
I was about to say, the majority of hockey players don't even be here. They go back to Canada, Russia.
Those are Canadian problems.
Right. If you go look at the Toronto Gazette, and you may have stories.
Patrick Waugh tears up Barr again.
We just don't know because that's not our sport.
It's very possible.
But basketball, football, because you don't see it in baseball because they come,
and they're all
the
foreign.
Majority of them come from south of the border.
Yeah, and they're foreign, and they got to send money back home. You can't mess the bag up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the worst, towards the end, Yasiel Puig did start getting into some trouble, but I think he just wanted out of the Dodgers, and apparently, I believe he's almost out of the league because I haven't heard Yasiel Puig's name.
He was
the guy
for a minute.
It was Matt Kemp. Speaking, you know what? Save it for another episode because I got to do more digging. But yeah, Yasiel was the guy, but it bothers me.
It bothers me too because I'm like, especially like, dude, you just got here.
And you were just in trouble.
You didn't get 1,000 yards during the season.
He did not.
You showed up a little bit in the playoffs, but you were part of the problem at one point, dropping passes.
You were the reason. They said y'all was losing.
So you can't be out here like, yeah, we won the Super Bowl. We did the Super Bowl. Like, so what?
Just relax, young fella.
Chill.
Relax. Enjoy your money.
Chill.
Go, I don't know, knock up some women, play video games, but stay out.
Stay safe. Don't do this dumb stuff. You're not that guy. You're not.
Stay safe.
When people bring up your team, and I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay.
When people bring up your team, maybe the fourth person they say, maybe fifth.
Well, then depending on who they sign.
Actually not, because they got Hollywood Brown now.
Oh, wow.
So they got Hollywood Brown. First of all, they're talking about Patrick Mahomes first, if not Andy Reid.
Then it's Travis Kelce.
Then it's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid. Then it's Taylor Swift. She don't even play for them.
Well, then the running back too. Running back is nice.
Do they talk about Pacheco?
Yeah.
They may be on the same level just based off of the production of the year. But
Pacheco's had some production. This man, especially now.
But honestly, they talk about what's his face,
the receiver.
My man who was Kadarius Toney. They talk about him more than they talk about you, and it's not even for a good reason. They talk about him because he dropped the pass and he plays bad. But you're not even top 5 people they talk about on your team.
And you were supposed to be.
You
were supposed to be
out.
The guy. You out here speed racer. Relax, young fella. Enjoy the money.
Enjoy the money in a safer way. Stop doing dumb stuff. But anyway, so there's that. The other thing, as it pertains to the NFL, Odell Beckham Jr. got signed to the Miami Dolphins.
It doesn't mean anything.
Nothing?
No. They had the greatest show on turf possibly reincarnate and couldn't sustain it. Injuries. Odell has had injuries.
They had Tyreek and
they had them 2 running backs.
Yeah, but they was hurt half the time.
That's what I'm saying. So you have a team that can do everything they want to do if they stay healthy, and then you add a guy who can do anything he wants to do but can't stay healthy.
But could he do anything he wanted to do?
I mean, he has the hands, he has the speed, he runs decent routes, and then on that team, that's the 5th or 6th option.
On this team, I feel like he can do whatever he wants.
They all have to stay healthy.
They do all have to stay healthy, but
he got hurt in the Super Bowl.
A self-inflicted wound at that.
After being hurt 2 times before that.
Yeah. So if there was any situation that would get Odell to be able to beat Odell and get his numbers back and everything,
does it go to Kansas City?
I say this one, not because of who's throwing him the ball, but because he doesn't have as much attention on him.
He said
if he goes to Kansas City, it's Kelce. Apparently, it won't be Rashee Rice. It's Kelce, Hollywood Brown, then him. It's like
he would if he's him, it would be.
But he's not
Kelce
him right now.
Well, being not him, he's not going to get the numbers.
He's not him right now.
We know who getting the ball is Tyreek.
Yeah, so Tyreek getting the ball, but now it's like you can double, triple team Tyreek. You have to say they have to put a safety over Tyreek.
Got to.
So it's safety corner on Tyreek. You play his zone, he's shredding the zone up. Waddle, if he's healthy, he could take the top off as well.
And then they got the tight end. They keep finding them quality white guy tight ends.
Yeah, they got that tight end.
They let go of one and got another.
And now you got Odell in the slot.
If he can stay healthy.
If he just stays healthy, he don't even gotta do the one-handed all that stuff. Just stay healthy. If you can break a tackle steal, you're going to get favorable matchups. They're either going to have to run 3 personnel or 5 personnel where they got the five DBs, or you're going to be on a linebacker.
Yeah,
in theory. And then on top of that, it's like, yeah, you can do all that. You put Odell on a linebacker. The check down is going to be Mostert or a Shane, or however you say his name. Yeah. It's like, in theory, it is ideal for Odell, but we'll see. And then the last thing, you probably think I'm about to say something about the Lions, don't you?
No, I thought it was going to be something about Kendrick and Drake.
Oh, no, we don't have time for me to dissect that.
No, we do not.
No, plus, who knows? We'll be in the middle of talking and Kendrick will drop again. But I was going to say the last thing is, I found this to be interesting. The Pittsburgh Steelers are entertaining the idea of having Justin Fields return kicks. That's a hard kick return to take down.
Has he done it before?
I have no idea.
Or is it just based off of his talent?
It's based on size, speed, all of the above.
I don't know. Like, if I was him, I don't know how I would feel going from starting quarterback.
I believe they said it was his idea as a joke in practice.
So maybe he got loose on one, and I could do it once or twice. Omar Epps told him, "The job is yours."
Yeah, so
I mean, he's supposed to be your future. I don't even want him getting no.
I think it's only like a 1 or 2 year contract.
What was that Willie Beeman said? Got me out here getting tackled by 270-pound mother suckers. I don't do that type of stuff. So now they got him out here. They got Willie Beeman out here running back kicks.
Yeah. Now, in my opinion, you don't do that with your prime backup. You don't let your prime backup.
Right. Mike Tomlin has always seemed to be a great mind. So that's what has thrown me is that, I didn't think Justin Fields was a bad quarterback. He just needs, more time. And then, when they had DJ Moore, as we discussed a couple weeks ago, they had DJ Moore, and his play was better with DJ Moore. I mean, I'm sure the check still cash the same, so it is what it is.
Yeah. And then, lastly, I know I said that was last, but it was a trick. So I could bring in some Lions news. Just a little heartwarming story. The rookie Ennis Rakestraw, he had told his 4th grade teacher, and he still had the piece of paper. He said, "I want to go to the NFL. I'm going to shout you out when I get to." They wrote down his little 4th grade handwriting, and that's exactly what he did when he made it to the NFL. He showed the picture or the little paper that he wrote and told, shouted the teacher out. He said in the paper, and this is just funny because how kids think. He said because he was like 4th grade, he was 10? Yeah, he's 10. He's like 20 now. He's like, if you're still alive, I'm gonna shout you out. Like he's ancient or something like that.
He's a kid.
He's like a 4th grade teacher, 80 right now or something.
He's a kid.
10 years later, clearly he's still alive. He's like 40. So
I got one of those.
You said what?
I got one of those.
Oh, one of those letters.
I do.
If I make it, I'm gonna shout you out letters, or
no, just my goal to be a Hollywood star, to be there with the stars. 2nd grade, and here I am.
Listen, I'm a star.
Hey, a dream continued, not deferred, continued. But thank y'all for watching. We will see you next week, or maybe we just come back around and hit you with a 2-parter tomorrow. Who knows?
Hey, now.
But enjoy your day. Jason Jamerson, Shaun Manning. See y'all later. Oh, man, go home to Gladys and the kids. Oh, man.
I hate your guts.
If you ever go to sleep, I'll cut your twist off.
Let me see you over there bench pressing by yourself again. I'll throw